Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's your girl, Damaris. Oh gosh, I'm so excited to be here today. I'm super excited. I'm so happy. And yeah, please come in the room. Come in the room. I'm gonna just put up the link of this on Facebook, from Facebook to my contacts. I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm so happy to see everyone. Please do say hi if you are in the room, yeah? Please do say hi so I know that you are here. Please don't be quiet. This platform is all about participation, okay? Participation. So please do say hi. Um, uh, Okay, so I've just put that on my Facebook link as well. So that's great. Um, let me just check who's on. Hi, Ashizi Rebecca. Ashizi Rebecca and Zanku. Wow, that's a powerful name. Okay, hi. Who else is in the room, please? I can see like 4 people on Facebook. So please do say hi so I know that you are in the room. Okay, I'm so happy to be here today. Okay, so I don't want to speak out of topic, and we have a very short time. I know I put 8 to 9 on the flyer, but it could actually be less than that depending on how things go. Hi, Gracie. How are you? Some people I haven't spoken to you guys this year, so Happy New Year is in order in in July. Um, yeah, hi Grace. I hope you're doing really well. It's been ages. Thank you for writing. Please, everybody else, please do say hi. Let me know you're in the room and everything. Gosh, I'm so happy to be back. Yeah. Okay. Olakunle. Yes, sir. Welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Um, yeah, I'm excited to have you guys on board. Yeah, oh my goodness. Ashizi. Is it Ashizi or Ashize? I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. I'm really sorry if I'm murdering your name. I do apologize about that. Sincerely. Okay. So let me just hit it off straight off. I feel like I need to do a quick introduction about who I am and what this is all about. Why? Because in the last few months, I've had new people come on my platform on Facebook, and a lot of people know me for different reasons. I am someone who has a lot of sides to her, so I thought it's only fair that I sort of just introduce myself again to you guys, let you guys know what I do, who I am, and all of that, and then we move swiftly from that. Yeah. So basically, my name, as you can see, is Damaris Akanji. I am I am a HR professional. So my career or what I studied is sort of in HR, human resource, and psychology. That was what I studied for my first degree, and then international HR for my master's. So you guys have, I've done my work experience in that line. So basically, my work history is sort of around HR. But outside of my career and all of those things, actually, before I tell you the rest, can you guys type out what you know me for? Like when you think about my name, or like when you think about me as a person, what's the first thing that sort of comes to your mind? Because like I said, I'm shades of many things. So let me know what comes to your mind when you do that. Oh, also, hi Shagun Oyeleyewina, who is watching from YouTube, which is like amazing. By the way, before I go on, I do have a YouTube channel, The Cutting Edge with Damaris. Guys, I have 15 subscribers right now, and I'm super excited about you guys. I'm grateful if you happen to be one of my subscribers. However, we need to push that channel up, guys, because at some point I'm hoping to move permanently to YouTube. So I'm really hoping that you guys will be able to support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is The Cutting Edge with Damaris. That's basically the YouTube channel, The Cutting Edge with Damaris. Like literally, if you write The Cutting Edge with Damaris, you find me there. Okay, let me say a quick hi to my president. Okay, so my youth president of my church, um, Mr. Maro or Brother Maro, President Maro. Yeah, welcome, and hi to Kunle for joining us and everything. Um, Shagun says that when he thinks of me, the first thing that comes to his mind is relationship expert. Oh my God, that is such a huge one. That is really huge because I don't even see myself as a relationship expert. My question before you guys came in was, when you think about the Damaris, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? And Shagun says that he knows me as a relationship expert. So, I mean, if I think about Grace, for example, I'll use Grace as an example. I know Grace as a chef. Like, I know that's one of the things I know that she does. So, when I think about Grace, think about our friendship, one of the things I think about is what she does, which is the fact that she is a chef. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys know me as. Okay, so as I was saying, so the different shades to me, and I thought I should do a quick introduction. So, like I said, my career is in HR. However, I'm also into music. So I sing, I sing, yeah, songwrite. So most of the songs that I have either from an album or I did as a single, I would usually be the one to either compose it or compose it with somebody else, another songwriter. Which brings me to, there's a song that's coming out really soon called Loving You. It was meant to be out like ages ago, but it's gone through a lot of work. So I'm hoping you guys can hear it. I composed it alongside a really great guy called Jeremiah. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So that's a different side to me. Another side to me is obviously music is there. A lot of people know me as a singer. Um, Another side to me is obviously talking about relationships and marriage. And I want to bring you guys back to how this whole thing started. Okay, so this channel started like a joke on the 14th of October 2016. I had just started my master's and I started off the conversation with a friend of mine outside online, and then I started actually, like, I don't even know what prompted me to do a live video of it, but I got that prompting to do a live video of me and this young lady talking about relationships. And I remember, like, she spoke so much, we were like, oh my God, like, I really enjoyed listening to her. And that kind of prompted me to now start bringing up different people to talk about their experiences and to share with us different things, not just in regards to relationship and marriage. If you've watched my channel properly, you know that we also go beyond that. We go into self-development and different things like that, and that's really what this channel is about. Okay, so the singer, then I am an actress. I am an actress, although it's been ages I've acted. So I don't know if I can do myself that, but there's that as well. An MC, I'm a speaker now. It's been added to the list of things I do. I actually go and speak, and I actually have a speaking event this month. Is this month now on the 17th of July. It's going to be an amazing time with the Chosen Generation of Women. And I'm actually going to be talking for the first time ever, like publicly, face to face, about relationships. And it started off because people were watching me here. So that's really a great opportunity, and I'm super grateful to God. So, yeah. Hi, Mr. Kayode, Joshua Nisi, what's going on? What's happening? Ashizi says, I know when you come to my church, you have a similar lecture in about planning in my church. Oh, you're one of the youth I spoke to. Okay, so I had the opportunity, guys, of I don't like to call it preaching because I'm gonna be careful with my words now, but I had a speaking engagement at Maytama Baptist Church in Abuja here in Nigeria, and I was talking to them about time and planning. Oh wow, that's amazing. Thank you for being here. And hi Victor, welcome back to Marriage International Law. It's really great having you guys. Honestly, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. So obviously, like I said, that's the little about me. So singer, songwriter, speaker, try to give advice on relationships, marriage, and all those kind of things. And yes, I know I'm not married, but somehow I'm grateful to God to have a mom who has been a marital counselor for over 25 years now. And also, I read and I sort of put myself or stuck myself in that sort of area where I get to learn myself. And that brings me to this conversation of today. So, final things before I go off is the fact that on the 14th of October, it's going to be exactly 5 years the cutting edge started. And I can't believe it. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, rah, like, it's actually started like for ages. And now what we are having is 5 years. God is amazing. And some of you have been here since the beginning. Some of you guys have come like in the middle. Some of you guys have come recently, and it doesn't matter when you've come. What is important to me is that when you come here, you watch me speak, you're able to contribute, you're able to like learn, you're able to give advice. Because the thing about it is part of the reasons why I say, please guys, write your comments, share, is because there might be somebody else on the platform that will enjoy it. Part of the reasons why I actually didn't do YouTube in the sense of just record myself and put it up is because there is something about when there is live participation. And obviously I know that times are hard and things like that. So I'm trying my best to make sure that my content is not too long. Okay, I'm trying my best, guys. I said it shouldn't be more than an hour. I know sometimes I have people on and we get carried away with our conversations and it's really, really long. But I'm hoping that this year I can try and bring it down a notch a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So as you guys can see from the screen, our conversation today is really a topic. It is, what is the importance of learning about relationship and marriage? What is the importance of learning about relationships and marriage? And I would like you guys to answer the question in the comment section below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think are the reasons why learning about relationship and marriage is important? See, the reason why I brought this up is for many reasons. First is because I felt like a lot of people say to me, "Oh, Demar, you talk about relationships and marriage a lot. You talk about relationships and marriage a lot." And at the beginning, I kind of felt shy and I kind of felt a bit weird that, oh, maybe I am talking about relationships a lot. Maybe I am talking about marriage a lot. But the reason why I think that was the case was because I was now waking up to being in that reality of being in a relationship and talking about marriage, and I was now in that position. And if you guys noticed, there was one particular year, or almost about a year, where I didn't actually do anything on this platform in regards to talking about relationships and marriage. I don't know if you guys know, but I know a couple of my friends had noticed that for a few months I was not online. And that was because I was now in a season where a lot of people were talking about marriage and relationships. A lot of people. I remember that was when Pinky Promise by Heather Lindsay came out. That was when, what's his name? Even before Pastor Kingsley and all these other people came out later on. I'm talking about people that I first, like, when you say first, sort of started talking about it in such a way that I was now paying attention. Heather Lindsay happened to be one of those people I was really listening to at the very beginning stage. And then obviously we moved to people like Daphne and Tolu Falade, and there's so many other people online that that we can find that are now talking about relationships that had been talking about it for a long time, but probably on a down low. And so I now was now the learner rather than the speaker. Does that make sense? Like, I was now the person that was now talking a lot, that was now learning a lot about relationships and stuff. And the reason why I started talking about relationships and marriage and all of these things was mainly because I had dealt with, a very bad breakup. I remember I've told you guys this story before where I dealt with a really bad breakup and I had a lot of questions. And if you guys remember, for those who may have gone through my page or who started off with me at the beginning, you know that I didn't actually start off with videos. I started off with the Marry Him series. I had come across a friend of mine, Ike Amadi, who was who was doing what they call a marry her series, where he'll just write something like marry her if she can cook, marry her if she can this, marry her if she can that. So I'm thinking, okay, if you say all these things about what a woman should be like, then somebody needs to, talk to the guys too, or talk to the ladies too about what they should look for in a guy. So marry him if he's this. So I started off with the marry him series, where I would put up stuff about marry him if he's this, marry him if he's that, marry, blah 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 blah. And so we carried on that way, and then we got off to having the full blown channel on the 14th of October 2016. So, with all that said, I started thinking about, in regards to returning back. I didn't just want to return back to talk about relationships and marriage, even though, like I said to you guys, that's not all this channel is about. We talk about other things, but this is a huge part of it. And the reason why is because I've realized that even though there's a lot of information about relationships, we're still not getting it right. We're still making a lot of mistakes. Marriages are getting a massive divorce, especially now, especially as the pandemic happened and all of those things. Relationships, people have interesting and fundamental questions about relationships and why this is this and why that is that. So um I think for me is my contribution. I'm just trying to do my little contribution by being available to people who have questions. Damaris, I'm going through this, and you will find it's amazing. It doesn't matter how spiritual or not you are. People are dealing with relationship issues on a daily basis. Do you get what I mean? And so, they want that connection with someone. They want someone to be honest with them. They want someone who is going to tell them the truth about a relationship, about marriage, about those things, whether they are in that season or not. And even just being a single person, some people want to learn. And so that's what this platform is about, the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to also share and discuss things that have happened. And obviously, if you don't want people to know that you've gone through stuff, that's why my email address, the cutting edge 21 at gmail.com, is available, so that people can send me their messages privately, and so we can discuss and give answers to their questions. And so I hope that today you guys will join me in thinking about this and also responding and telling me. So I have my notes here, and I'm going to go straight to the point. Okay, so the first reason why I think it's important to learn about relationship is about right information. There's so much information, guys, about relationships and marriage, and I think over the last sort of 3 to 4 years. Oh, sorry guys about that. I am in Nigeria. They do take the light, so I do apologize about this. Okay, as I was saying to you guys, let's not get distracted by the light. Okay, let's focus. So one of the things that I realize is, although there's a lot of information about about relationships and marriage, there's still a lot of problems. Like there's still a lot of people dealing with issues in regards to relationships and marriage, and it's shocking. Because I feel like almost every week, almost every day. Oh, I do apologize about that noise. Okay, awesome. Almost every week, every day, I feel like there's so much information going on about relationships, about marriage, but we seem not to still have the right information. There's still a lot of people that are giving people bad advice, all in the name of good advice about relationships. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I do. But please tell me, put a yes in the comments if you agree with me that even though there are a lot of right information going on, there's still a lot of information that is not right, that is misleading people in their marriages and relationships. So that's one of the things I wanted to say to you guys. Second thing I said was the reason why people are the importance of learning about relationships and marriage, especially from a sort of relationship perspective now, is that people are going through a lot in their marriages and in their relationships, and they are looking for answers and help on how to resolve issues. So I'm going to share with you guys something I got off a particular page. I'm not going to say the page just for privacy's sake. And basically, I'm going to read out something that a lady was passing through. and what she put out there. She wanted somebody else to sort of give her advice. So I'm going to read the story to you guys. You guys may have seen it on the platform. I just don't want to say out the platform because obviously I didn't really ask for exclusive rights to this, but I'm hoping that it will give us just a general picture. So let's listen. It says, I've been dating my boyfriend for 3 years and we've been staying together. He's a good guy. The issue I have with him is he's either always involving his mom or his friends in our business whenever we have a misunderstanding. Sometimes last year, he even insulted me in the presence of his friend. So I traveled home for like 3 weeks last month, and it has been from one fight to another on the phone. Like I saw my relationship from another angle. Now, listen to this. Along the line, I got close to a guy asking me out. We spoke every now and then, and the whole thing felt like it was something different from my relationship. I cheated on my boyfriend. Though I didn't have sex with the guy, but I exchanged nudes with him. When I came back, my boyfriend asked me if there is someone asking me out and if I like the person because he had a dream. So the mother was like, I'm cheating, and for me not to be able to open up the phone, that means I've gone far with the person and I won't make a good future. I won't make a good wife in the future. That it is better he puts himself together and leaves the relationship. After the call, I felt there was no point because already in my head I said the relationship was over. So I told him I didn't open it because I haven't cleared the chat already, and why I cleared it, or rather, because I have cleared the chat already, and why I cleared it and was because I exchanged nudes with the guy. So he went through my phone and saw the chat and all. So he called his mother to say I wasn't doing anything with the guy, that I had just liked the guy and we had been talking. The mother insisted that why would I like another guy when I'm in a relationship, that she doesn't even want to talk to me. After everything, I apologized for hurting him and I would love to just leave the relationship because I was wrong and already the issue had reached his parents. He started to apologize that he knows it was a mistake and we all make mistake one way or the other. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because it's a very long one, but basically I mean, from this conversation alone, you guys can see all the many things that are going wrong in this relationship. In my mind, I would have thought that people would know that there is a limit to which you would bring a third party into a relationship. I'm one of those people that had always believed that you should have a third party in your relationship. But life experiences and little conversations like this, little people's stories like this, have kind of pointed me in a slightly different opinion about that. And that's a whole different conversation for another day. So, what I'm basically saying is that despite the fact that there's a lot of information out there, a lot of people are going through a lot of things in their relationships. And quite frankly, they're confused on what to do, or maybe they know what to do, but they're not sure if it's the right thing to do, and they need someone else to like say, okay, yeah, you're doing the right thing. That's what I would do, or no, or just to have different points of views on that particular matter to enable them actually make a decision on what they want to do. Do you guys get where I'm coming from? So what I'm saying basically is a lot of people are going through issues in their relationships, in their marriage. I'm going to see if there's another one about marriage. Okay, there isn't one here, but I did come across a story about a couple who were married and how in that marriage, like she never did anything right. Like she never actually did anything right, and the man was always like molesting her, like verbally abusing her, like always saying very derogatory things, and she didn't know how to actually act or behave in the marriage and everything. And she kept getting all these negative words, and then she went out one day. This is a married woman, okay, and she went out one day and she met this guy who started treating her right, started saying positive things, and you can guess how that story goes. So basically, what I'm basically trying to let you guys know is that it's really important to learn about relationships and marriage because it will help us to have answers to some of the questions that we have. Okay, next things next is a lot of people start dating at a young age and they do that without guidance, okay, and have carried on that way, believing that life experiences are the best teacher, but some things can be avoided if we learn about relationship and marriage. So there's some people that have never read a book, they have never listened to a sermon, they've never listened to any sort of counseling or coaching about relationships or marriage. They just kind of move with the motions. And if you know anything about relationships and marriage, you know that you kind of need some kind of information to help you know what to do. Even if that information is not necessarily online, you may have that big sister, big brother, young sister, young brother, or mom or dad or friend that will actually give you good advice. Do you get what I mean? Like good advice, like actual good advice. Yes, Mr. Mara says her issue started with her cohabiting with her boyfriend. Yes, exactly. Like basically she's been dating for 3 years and they've been living together. There are consequences or there are things that happen when cohabitation is involved. Now a lot of people may come at me and say that this or that, but this is just my personal view, please. And also note as well that I'm also coming from a sort of spiritual angle, from a place of my faith, which is Christianity, and it doesn't sort of encourage people to cohabit together. Because what I find is that with most of the cohabitation stories that I've heard, you find that it's just basically the whole see finish behavior that begins to take place in that relationship. And then the guy begins to feel that way, or the lady begins to feel that way. Another thing that we find in that story that I read to you guys as well is the fact that she got close to another guy, like that guy, cheated on that guy cheated with that guy on her relationship. Do you get what I mean? So that just complicated the issues and made it even harder. Do you get what I mean? It just made it even worse. So, I mean, like I said, you would think that some people, and then his mom getting into the relationship, into that conversation. Why? And I know people may have different opinions, but I also feel like if you've been in a relationship for 3 years with a man, I feel like it's about time to ask a question. And that question is, are we getting married or not? Legit. I think I have come to understand now that there isn't a right time to ask that question. I think any time can be the right time as long as you pick a good time to talk about it. Like, okay, you're talking about marriage, but when exactly are you looking at to get married? What, and the conversation sort of around that. So I won't beat that too much, but I hope you guys understand what I've said so far. If you have any reasons why you think it's important for us to learn about marriage and relationships, please put that in the comment section below. Okay, a lot of people, okay, I've mentioned that already, sorry. Okay, so the next one is a lot of people are going into marriage without premarital counseling. So I don't understand that whole part, but I know a lot of people, Christians and non-Christians, they tend to do the whole counseling thing, the whole marital counseling thing. They might do it within the church, they might do it, using a counselor or therapist. Before I go into that, I don't know if you guys came across that um show on YouTube called Blue Therapy. If you haven't watched it, guys, you need to watch it. Like that entire show is just about all the craziness that can take place within a relationship. And those are one of the things. Now, it's not a Christian like thing in the sense of God in there, but there is basically about couples who live in Britain and England who see a therapist about their issues. And I think that just from watching alone, there's a lot you can take from it that you will want to apply, for yourself or just as a knowledge or understanding about how relationships work and what you want and what you don't want in a relationship. So what I'm trying to say basically is a lot of people still go into, marriage without premarital counseling. I feel, and I'm encouraging everyone who is single to please go through premarital counseling. There's something it does, it just opens your mind. Like it legit opens you up to asking yourself questions, asking your partner questions, and asking yourself if you want to go into this relationship or this marriage, specifically this marriage as well. What I find though is that there are a lot of counseling on relationships. It's more like you kind of just go through the motion of a relationship, and then when you now feel like you're getting ready to get married, you get married. You get what I mean? And then you do the premarital counseling. But one of the things I would encourage people who are in relationships to do is, if you can't get a counselor or a therapist, especially for those who are Christians, there are like single conferences, there are conferences that are targeted on speaking about relationships and marriage and giving you that understanding. Go alone, go together with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and actually like listen and talk about it. Like, oh, what do you think about what that guy said? I don't agree with what that guy said, because it's not everything that comes to your table that you may necessarily agree with. Do you get what I mean? And that's the whole point of having the knowledge, is for you to sieve out what truly works for you and what truly is important for you to know. Do you get what I mean? What's truly important out of a plethora of so many information given out. What may be important to you might be, how to care for your spouse a lot more, how to care for your partner in a relationship. Maybe you don't feel like you're very expressive in a relationship, how to communicate better. It might spoil you onto asking questions about it. So premarital counseling is important, guys. I would encourage you to do it before you get married. Next is a lot of people's time are being wasted on long-term relationships, and that's very, very true. A lot of people's relationships are being wasted on long-term relationships. That's very, 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 very true. A lot of people have been in relationships for years, for a very, very long time. They've been in relationships and they don't seem to have an end date. Just the same as long distance relationships. A lot of people in long distance relationships, and they don't seem to have like an end date. They don't seem to have an end date on what exact when they're ending their relationship, like when the relationship is moving into marriage and stuff. So I feel like learning about relationships and marriage gets you to a point where you can fully ask the question, when exactly are we moving from a relationship to marriage? Or we've been in this relationship for too long, it's not working for me anymore, I don't quite enjoy it, I need to move forward from it, and all of that. These are the reasons why we must learn about it. Okay, and then yeah, so some people in relationships are not showing love at all. Like it's more like a contract. It's more like, I don't know. It's more like, I don't even know what they're doing. Like, you say you love someone, but you basically don't show it. You expect the person to know it because you said it. There's no actions to back it up, or there's a lot of actions, but there aren't a lot of words. And this is where I encourage people to take the test, the love language test, because it kind of reveals who you are to your partner and who your partner is to you, what their love languages are like, and things like that. That's a whole different conversation. We'll probably talk about love languages at another video. And then I think the final one is a lot of pregnancies and abortions. A lot of pregnancies and abortions, guys. A lot of people are getting pregnant. Like, the rate of pregnancy, guys, is just like in awe. And don't get me wrong, pregnancy is a good thing, having a baby is a good thing, having a child is a good thing, but a lot of people are getting pregnant outside of marriage, because some people tell you they don't want to get married, they just want to have a kid. They're not all about that marriage life. They need to be educated. I'm telling you, they need to be educated. Second is a lot of people are getting pregnant, and their partner leaves them alone. They're confused, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to approach the situation. The partner has left them to themselves. Do you get what I mean? And now they feel bad. And it comes to, the place of, should we have a relationship? Should we have sex in a relationship? A lot of people are having sex in their relationship. A lot of people are not celibate. A lot of people are, having sex. And if you're having sex in a relationship, you kind of need to understand what that means for you and possibly what that means for your partner. I feel like it's good for us to be honest about these things because not a lot of people are, committed to keeping themselves. And I don't want to discriminate or say anything because everybody has their background story. But the long story cut short is that God expects us to keep ourselves till marriage. Do you get what I mean? So if you are basically having sex in the relationship, you kind of need to know what that's going to mean for you. And a lot of people are just getting pregnant, being left alone. A lot of people are getting pregnant, still in their relationships, and they're not able to move into the marriage, which is why some people have gotten pregnant. Some guys have said, I need to know you can get pregnant before I, I can marry you. That is any guy that tells you that as a woman, that guy doesn't love you, that guy's not interested in you, and that guy is a very unserious person. Okay? That person is a very unserious person and you shouldn't take them seriously whatsoever. I'm really sorry, but that's just what it is. Because anyone that's telling you that to get pregnant, why can't they just get married to you and then you do it the right way? Do you get what I mean? Anyway, so that's for that. Um, and then I think the final thing is good spouses are in low supply. Guys, we need to learn how to be a good spouse and you need to know how to recognize a good spouse. So that's the final thing. Good spouses are in low supply. A lot of people are still learning, what discernment is. A lot of people are still learning, how can I choose the right spouse? How can I choose the right person? A lot of people are, they're not desperate. They just want to be loved and to love someone, and they want to be with someone that is a good person because they're good. They're probably, growing and trying to become better in the aspect of relationship and marriage. And then they're with someone who basically has no idea about what that means. So I think part of the reasons why we learn about relationships and marriages so that we ourselves can be good spouses and we can be good and we can recognize good spouses so that when we get into marriage, the energy is good vibes. Do you get what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm going to leave it at. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you guys learned from what I said today. I'm going to read Ashiz's question. If you have any question, please do put it on the group. If you have any comment concerning anything I said, please put it on as well so I can hear your thoughts about today's topic. Okay, so my question goes like this. A guy asked for being a guy's asked for being a friend and we move forward, then okay, I'm trying to get that. Anything he wants to do for consent and everything we'll be doing, or then he told me from the beginning that he has a girlfriend, but now that me and him are doing everything together, it means the guy is cheating on me or cheating on her, or means the guy is not okay. So I'm sorry, Ashizi, the way you wrote your question, I wasn't able to pick it up, but let me just understand this. So basically, you are friends with a guy, okay? And you do everything together, is what I'm getting. And then he told you from the beginning that he has a girlfriend, but now you and him are doing everything together. It means that he's cheating on you or cheating on her, or means the guy does not love her. Okay, so gosh, guys, this thing is happening a lot, especially here in Nigeria, where I am. A lot of people are in relationships, like committed relationships, and they have side chicks, they have side boys. I don't understand. Guys, please help me understand because I don't understand why you say you are in a relationship and you have a side chick and you have a side boy. Now, some people tell you it's the whole don't put your eggs in one basket. What about just having one basket and having just one egg? Like, do you get what I mean? You ain't gonna eat all the eggs in one day. Do you get what I'm saying? So why can't you just have one? Okay, so let me be honest with you. If I'm getting your question right, Ashizi, okay, you and this guy were friends. He told you that he's in a relationship, but you guys are basically have built a friendship and you guys are basically close now. And you guys have gotten to the point where you're so close in everything you do now. I don't know if there's intimacy in this or not, but basically, if you are close with the guy, okay, you need to recognize that he's in a relationship and you need to respect the boundaries, okay? Boundaries that he's committed to someone, so you can't expect him to treat you like a girlfriend, okay? You can't expect him to treat you like a girlfriend because he's not in a relationship with you. And I think it's quite sad that the guy thinks now that, so is he cheating on you? He's not cheating on you because he's not asked you out. From what I've seen here, he's not formally asked you out. If he's formally asked you out, it means he's basically cheating on his girl. If you guys are doing anything that is basically not friend related, if you're kissing, if you're hugging, if you're flirting, if you're sending nudes, exchanging all those with, see, guys, you guys know when you are messing about. You're in a relationship and you know you're messing about, okay? So this guy, for me, if he's doing any of these things with you, he is messing about. He is cheating. And cheating doesn't even have to be physical. Your words, your chats, your calls, the conversation. If the conversation is a conversation you can't have in front of your girlfriend because you know that there's going to be a reaction, it automatically means you're cheating. I'm sorry, that's what it means. Okay, and this guy needs to let you know exactly what he wants. If it's friendship, let him keep it as friendship. If he's in a relationship with someone, he should stay committed to his relationship. If he leaves that relationship because he wants to be with you, I can respect that. My only concern is if he sees another girl that he likes, he might do the exact same thing to you. Do you get what I'm saying? So she said, don't fall for that trap. Have boundaries, okay? He's just your friend, okay? Get to know other guys, get to know other people because that may be where your relationship is. That may be where you find your partner. That may be where you find the person that you are looking for. Please, 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 please don't go and get yourself in some type of entanglement because that's basically how it starts. Okay. Hi, Mr. Prolific. Yeah, so basically, please, that's basically what I'm gonna say about it. And this is one of the reasons why I am saying that we need to talk about these things. Because what you find, guys, is that a lot of things seem okay, you know, but they're not. It's like a slippery line between being a friend and being in a relationship. There's a slippery line between being a friend and friends with benefits. Do you get what I'm saying? So I hope I was able to answer your question, Ashizi. I hope that you find some sort of understanding. And ultimately, I think this thing is really about prayer. Like we need to pray, guys, because somehow in prayer a lot is revealed. No matter how long it takes, a lot is revealed. Do you know? Let me give you guys a secret. Let me give you guys a very big secret. When you pray about someone, especially when you're in a relationship with them, when you pray sincerely and when you trust God sincerely, what I find is that God begins to let you know things about your partner. Like God begins to even let you know things about yourself. Like on your own, information just comes to where you're sitting and you're not even doing anything. I don't know about other people, but that's how it's worked for me before. Do you get what I mean? In situations where I found myself in a relationship and God has experienced the person, like, or God has said something about the person, I'm like, oh, I never knew that. And if I, ask the person, I find out it's true and everything. So don't underestimate prayer. It's so important, guys, that we pray before we get into a relationship. We pray while we're in a relationship. Because another thing is, I feel like people pray and then when they get into the relationship, boom, until maybe like the person says, okay, will you marry me and stuff, then we kind of, okay, God, so should I marry the person? I feel like prayer is so consistent. You pray before you get into the relationship, you pray while in the relationship, you pray while you are engaged, you pray while you are married. Do you get what I mean? So that prayer thing never ever stops, and you will be amazed what you'll find. So, and how did I learn this? I learned this from learning about relationship and marriage. That to have a good relationship, you need to pray. To have a good marriage, you need to pray. And that's basically all I want to say tonight. I'm so excited. In fact, I understand very well now. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you get clarity. Please, guys, and it's not just to ladies alone, even guys as well. Like you be having this girl that is sort of like she's just messing you about. She's in your life. You're not starting a relationship. You're not going anywhere. Any girl that wants to come and talk to you feels like you're dating her. There's no boundaries. There's no conversations. There's no communication. There's no clear. We are friends. I don't know how we even get ourselves sometimes into this situation, but we do, where we basically can't define whether we're friends or not. This is my encouragement. You're friends with a guy or a girl, and you notice that your friendship has changed. You need to ask the question. Don't be waiting on the guy, and we ladies, we like to wait. Don't be waiting on the guy to ask you out. If you notice that there's a shift, you're not asking the guy out by saying, "Hey, I noticed that our relationship or our friendship was like this before. Now our friendship is like this." So what do you have to say about that? Where's your head at? So that communication helps you to understand where you are. And can I also say that this relationship aspect is not just limited to relationship and marriage in that context, but also even about how to be a good friend. How can I be a good friend? That's a relationship. How can I be a good child to my parents, or how can I be a good person good colleague at work? How can I be a good gym buddy? These are the different relationships that we need to learn about outside of marriage and relationships. There's so many aspects to our relationships that we're not really good at. Like, for example, someone like me, I'm still learning what it means to be a friend. Okay, I'm still learning what that means. I'm still learning that, some of my friends, they want phone calls every other day. And some of my friends, they just want me to say hi once in a while. Some of my friends want me to be close to them. Some of my friends just prefer us to be friends from afar. So those little things there, we need to learn and we need to know them. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really truly appreciate you guys so very much. My plan, okay, is that on October 14th, we would just come in with different questions. Like, it's basically going to be a Q&A. Just come in with your questions, basically. I'm just going to sit down like this and answer all your questions. Any question, and it can be about anything, whether that be relationship, marriage, just anything about anything at all. So please prepare your questions. I'm letting you know, like, almost 3 months ahead of time or more, because I want you guys to start thinking about those questions and what you want to add and what you want to say. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for my YouTubers. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Cutting Edge with Damaris, because, like I said, very soon the plan is to actually move fully to YouTube. And this is a new month. I hope this month goes really well for you. Happy new month to you all. I hope that you enjoyed this month, and I hope that God's favor rests upon you. Like, I hope you enjoy this month, and I hope this month brings about great, great blessings for your life. I pray that you hear God, you will know what He wants for your life this month. And I hope that all your desires are met by God, like literally. Some people are gonna get engaged this month, like literally. Some people are actually gonna get engaged this month. Some people are gonna start work this month. Some people are gonna travel this month. Like, so many good things are gonna happen. And so be expectant about what you want for this month, okay? And I hope that it goes well and that God answers all your prayers. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next week. Oh, one last thing. So as I mentioned to you guys before, and I noticed that one or two people kind of mistook it, so I thought I should sort of clarify it. Basically, what I meant was, at first we're doing this whole show. We're doing it on Sunday evening, 7 to 8. But I started to realize that it wasn't sustainable. And so I've decided that every week I'll make sure I give you guys about 2 to 3 days notice before the next show. So you know exactly when the next one is going to be, and the timing will be different. So today we're doing it Thursday 8 to 9. We may do it again next week, Thursday 8 to 9, or we may do it on a Wednesday, 78, depending on what it is. I'm basically just trying to work out what days exactly will be really good. So for now, guys, I can't really say it's going to be every Sunday at this time. I can't say it's going to be every Monday. I can't say it's going to be every Thursday until we can really figure out a time that works for us. Okay. And if you guys have any suggestions on the time I can put, if you think this is going to be a really good day and a really good time to do this show, please let me know in the comments, let me know in my DMs, let me know in my email. I don't know if I told you guys about my email before. I think I did. But in case you guys didn't get it, is the cotton edge, and the cotton is without a G. So the cotton edge 21 at gmail.com for your stories, for your comments, for your questions, for your inquiries, and everything like that. Okay, so guys, have an amazing night. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with your friends and your family. And I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye. Bye, guys.